saying that I think a lot of things that they're proffering here ought to be investigated, and they ought to be investigated at the state level. And to the extent there's criminal allegations, Sidney Powell said that she'd like to see the Justice Department look at it. They should. But in terms of what we're talking about now, Harris, take Pennsylvania. The counts they dropped over the weekend were the fraud counts that were based on some of the behavior that got described here. And one of the reasons they clearly dropped it is that even if you were able to show individual instances of fraud, a court is not going to strike 700,000 votes because you've shown some instances of fraud, because that would have the effect of disenfranchising lawful voters, not just Biden voters, lawful Biden and Trump voters. Everybody's vote would not count. And I just don't see that a court is going to do that. Certainly not on the time frame we're talking about.
And what I heard you open with, you still need to get to the bottom of all of these things, though, because that is the right thing to do legally and going forth on behalf of the American public, I would imagine. Right. Last quick thing. We heard Dominion, the voting machine company, mentioned several times. Rudy Giuliani talking about, and Sidney Powell too, talking about that particular company. They have issued a lengthy statement denying any sort of procedural problems that they had with any of their machines, their voting machines, and any partisanship on behalf or on the part of Dominion. What do you say about that from a legal standpoint?
Well, for the moment, the only thing that's been proved, I mean, they not only deny that, they deny that they have any connection to Smartmatic, which is the software outfit that they said was connected to all this as well. So far, the only thing we have in the way of hard evidence is what happened in Antrim County, which was caught at a very early stage, and that was basically involved about 6,000 votes, and there was a big swing from when they looked at it finally, Biden to Trump. But that was attributed at the time to human error, including by the Republican representatives who were there. So that's the small germ from which all of this is sprouting. What Sidney Powell said today is that, you know, they've done these analyses, and I think they said they had 3 of them. It would be good to see, you know, exactly what they're talking about, where they say there was this algorithm, and all of a sudden, overnight, when Trump was behind in the vote, there was all this popping of vote tabulation activity that seemed to go in Biden's favor that can't be explained rationally as far as you know, the demographics and the voter registration statistics they're talking about. Be good to see that if they have it.
Yeah, we're going to see a whole lot more. I mean, they're going